You can have the best strategy out there, you get the perfect entry, you get the best setups, but with the wrong lot size, you can mess up your account, you can mess up everything in less than a minute. So the lot size calculation is something that is very important when it comes to risk management and how you try to keep your capital intact. So not understanding the right lot size to use is like a no-go when it comes to trading. You need to understand the correct lot size to use per your account and per the percentage you intend to risk for every given trade. So getting the right lot size is very important, and I struggled with the lot size thing when I started trading. And there's certain differences when you look at currency pairs, you look at indices, and you look at cryptos. So all asset classes, when you calculate in the lot size, it's slightly different. It's not very difficult, but it's slightly different. And if you don't master the lot size calculation thing, as I said before, you are obviously going to blow your account. If not just blowing your account, you'll take some losses and you'll be sat there looking at your account and you're like, I only intended to risk, let's say, 1,000 on a 100k account, and now I have a loss of about 5,000, but my intended risk on this trade was just 1,000. So there's a few things I'm going to explain to you just to make you see the differences right here. So let's use the whiteboard thing. So when you're doing the lot size calculation, so let's say you have to get in on a trade, so you need to calculate the lot size. Now this is very important. Now with the lot size thing, there's certain things you need to pay attention to, and the first one is the account size. So what's your account size? So if you have let's say a 100k account, the lot size on this account is going to be different from a 10k account, and it's also going to be different from, let's say, an account of, let's say, 1,000. So every account has a different lot size you're using. A 100k account will be different from a 10k, 1,000 is different from a 200k account. Now, the currency, or let's say the pair you're trading, it's another important aspect. So the pair you're trading. So if you're doing something like GBP USD, so this is a currency, it's going to be different if you're looking at, let's say, BTC USD. And it's also going to be different if you're looking at, let's say, an indices like NAS 100. So this is very important because different pairs, when you start calculating the lot size, you see how different this comes. And then you also have, so you have the account size, you have the pair, and you have the risk, or the percentage you're willing to risk right here. So if you decide to risk, let's say, 1% on a 100k account, so you're risking, let's say, approximately 1,000. Now this is going to be different if you're doing 1% on a 200k account, because on this account now like 1% is going to be 2,000. So when you have all these things together, the account size you're working with, the pair you're working with, so with currencies, with crypto, with indices, there's just one tweak you can do, and you'll see that the lot size that you're using is going to be different. You cannot use the same lot size for GBP USD, and you think, if I'm risking 0.3 and it's going to cost me 1,000, I'm going to use the same, let's say, 0.3 on NAS 100 on a 100k account to risk 1,000. It's going to be different. So the account size, the pair, and the risk, so what you're willing to risk. If you're willing to risk 2%, the lot size is going to be different. If you're willing to risk 0.5%, the lot size is going to be different. So let me show you something real quick right here. So let's pull this. So let's do this. Claim this. All right, cool. So I have this chart right here, and I'm just going to put the other one. So I want to put two charts. So you have GBP USD and you have NAS 100. So when you go on most websites, for example, I'm just going to show you. So most websites you see, so you look at baby pips. So remember, I said the account size is very important. The risk percentage, let's say you decide to risk 1%, 2%, is very important as well. The stop loss thing, so here it's in terms of like the pips, it's very important. So all these things matter. The stop loss in terms of pips, the risk percentage, the account size. So everything is very important. So now you're looking at this currency pairs. So if you look also on, let's say, my FX book. So look at everything right here. You're doing the same thing. Account size right here. You have the account size. You're looking at the stop loss in terms of pips. You're looking at the risk in terms of percentage. You're looking at the account size and everything. So you're looking at the currency pair. But now there's one tweak. So let's say, for example, you have GBP USD here and you have NAS 100. If you take, let's say you've decided to do a buy. So you decided to do a buy from here and you decided to exit here. And for NAS 100, you decided to do a buy from here and to exit around here. So now let's put the risk to reward tool thing. So if you put your buy tool thing right here and you put your stop loss just below this point and you was going for these highs. So this is just an example thing like this. So this right here for GBP USD, and let's do the same thing for NAS 100. So the first thing is you need to understand where you're going in, and that comes from your strategy thing. So where you decide to go in, where you decide to place the buys or to place the sells, that depends on you. So I want you to pay attention to certain things right here. So let's say on the NAS position thing, you're looking at this, the ratio right here says 3%. So for every one, let's say you have a 100k account and you decide to risk 1000. So at the back of your mind thing, you know, if this plays out perfectly, you're risking 1000 to do 3000 because you're looking at this right here. You look at the ratio thing, it says 3000. Now, if you had to do the same thing for GBP USD, for example, now the ratio thing here says the risk to reward right here. You're looking at this, it's 4.9. And again, if you had to look at this one on NAS 100, the risk to reward thing is telling you, like the ratio thing here says 3. It means for every 1000 you're making 3000. On GBP USD, on the other hand, here for every 1000 you make 4900. So you're doing 4900. So now you understand where you have to go in and where you have to come out. So your entry and your exit, that's easy. You understand that already. Now, how do you decide or how do you determine the lot size to use? Because the lot size actually tells you what percentage, like what amount of your capital you're willing to risk. So yes, I've decided to risk 1%, but then how do I calculate 1%? So 1% on a 100k account is $1,000, but then your broker understands it in terms of lots. So how do you equate $1,000 into lot? So that's where the confusion always comes in. So because you're not just going to type in 1000, no, you need to put in terms of the lot size. So the lot size is what actually determines the amount you're risking per trade. So on GBP USD, for example, now this is something that was disturbing me in the beginning. If you look at your risk to reward tool, like GBP USD, so on this part right here, you have 75.8. So it's easy to say from your entry to your stop loss. So by the way, the pip difference from your entry to the stop loss is what most websites use when you're calculating the lot size. So they always ask you what's the difference in terms of the pips from the entry to the stop loss price. So that's how you determine, that's one factor when you determine the lot size. So from the entry to the stop loss, how many pips is it? Like what's the pip difference? If you give the pip difference, it's going to calculate it for you. So the same thing if you're looking at the NAS 100 trade, from the entry point to the stop loss, the pip difference is what you need when you're calculating the lot size. But here's the thing. So if you look on GBP USD, for example, so here you have 75.8. So on most of the sites, they're built for currencies. So it's easy for you to just look at this and say, all right, the pip difference is 75. Now, on the other hand, when you come to like NAS 100, and you do the same thing. So here it's showing you 1.494. And if you put this on the side as well, it's going to give you a wrong lot size thing. So I always had this difficulty. So now when it comes to NAS, my problem is, so am I using 1.494 or am I going to use 149? So on GBP USD again, this is very easy. So I know it's 75 pips. But on NAS 100 on the other hand, is it 1494 or is it 149? So this was like the thing that makes it really difficult for me. And when calculating the lot size, if you miss these pips, if you give the wrong pips to the website thing, for example, so let's go here. So look at this on, like, this is baby pips. So you can go on any website, just type position size calculator on Google, is going to give you a lot. But I'll show you the tweak, I'll show you the difference. Most websites that you see, these websites are only for currencies. So if you have GBP USD, for example, it's going to give you, if you do CAD JPY, for example, CAD JPY is going to give you. But if I try to type in NAS 100, you see it says there's no option. Like, there's no option for NAS 100. So how do you calculate indices on baby pips then? So it's a little bit confusing. How do you calculate the lot size for the S&P 500? How do you calculate the lot size for US oil? How do you calculate the lot size for BTC, or let's say silver? So it's always a little bit confusing. If I go up to my FX book, for example, the same thing. The currency pair here, it's giving you like currencies, GBP CAD, and let's see if I do NAS. So you see the same thing. If I do NAS 100, it tells you the same thing. No results found. So most of these websites have like the currency thing. The position size calculator is very good when you're doing the lot size calculation for currencies. But when you're doing the lot size calculation for indices, BTC, cryptos, and things like that, it's very difficult on most of these websites. And also, when you look at the thing I showed you before, when you look at this, for example, when you look at this, it gets confusing sometimes just determining the pip difference. And it's very okay. Like, not everybody has it correct when you're doing the pip difference. For some people, it's very easy to look at the entry price and the stop loss and you get the pips. But for some pairs, it's really tricky. Like even the yen pairs is also very tricky. When you come to things like indices, it's very tricky. So let's go and I'll show you guys I'll show you guys an easy tweak. So the first thing is, I want you guys to look at this other site. So let's come back here and let's do a comparison. So I'll show you guys another site you can use, and it's simply FX Verify. So here's the website thing, FX Verify. This site, I found this site when I had like difficulties calculating my lot size thing, and you'll see the difference with this site and let's say Baby Pips or my FX book and those other sites, because this incorporates everything. So you simply go on Google and just type this right here. It's going to give you, that's it right there, fxverify.com, and then you go onto the website. So once you come on the website, you want to come to tools and you're looking for the position size on the risk calculator. So that's the most important thing. I'm just going to refresh this so you look at it once you get on the site. So sometimes you get on the site and you have different things popping up. Let's see if I come here. So you see, sometimes you come on the site and this is what you see. So you want to go to tools and you're looking for the position size calculator. Now once you come here, look at the first difference. So if you go under instruments, so it's giving you already, you can do stocks, you can do forex, you can do crypto, you can do indices, you can do commodities, and you can do funds. So it has a wide array of asset classes you can work with. So let's do this. For example, if you come under forex, it's going to show you every currency pair you're looking for. So GBP CAD, look at it, Swiss franc, Singapore dollar, it's going to give you everything. If you come under cryptocurrency, it's going to give you all the cryptos. You can calculate the lot size for cryptos as well. It's easy. So if you've been having difficulties, what lot size do I use on BTC, Ethereum, Litecoin, and all those things? It's going to give you Dogecoin, name it. So it has majority, like almost everything you're looking for, you have it right here. So it's going to give you, so you can look at it and you have everything. It's like the list is crazy. Now if you come to indices, now you're looking for NAS 100 and you're looking for all those things. So this is Australian 200 index, the same thing. China 50 index, you have it there, and German 40 index, you have it there. So you're looking for the S&P, you have it there. So you're looking, this is NAS 100, S&P 500, US 30, you have it there. And you can add this stuff to your watch list and everything if you have an account with the guys. But this is free. It's a free website, just like Baby Pips, just like my FX book. The only difference is it gives you a wide array of asset classes. You can actually calculate the lot size correctly, whereas the other sides, you're just dealing with like currencies. So that's the first thing. So now let's take, for example, let's look at this position thing again. So let's say your intention on these two pairs, you intended to do buys on NAS 100 and you intended to do buys on GBP USD. Now let's go back to the position size calculator thing, and I'll show you now the important differences. As I told you, the account size is very important, the percentage you intend to risk is very important, and then the lot size is what you're actually looking for. So let's look at this. So the first thing is you come to instrument. I just want us to use something like NAS, because if you go to baby pips, for example, you cannot calculate the lot size for NAS like the trader showed you. NAS 100 is difficult, like you don't have it right here to calculate it. So let's go here. So the first thing, you hit indices and you can just type NAS. If you type NAS 100, for example, it's not going to show you because the name differs on certain sites. So if you do, I think US Tech, so if you do US Tech 100, it's still NAS 100. So if I click this, so now you have it there. US Tech, that's NAS 100. Now your account, the deposit currency. So what's your account size in? Are you trading with it, like, is your account in USD? Is it in euro? Is it in pound? So choose it. So if your account is, let's say, based in US dollar, just keep it on like US dollar. And most of the prop firms that you're using, most of our personal accounts, I think majority of these accounts, we have it in USD. So you just want to keep this fixed USD. You want to change this when it comes to the instrument. You want to change it because the instrument is like the most important thing. So you have this. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. So you can calculate your lot size based on two things. You can use the pip difference and you can use the open price and the stop loss price. So look at this right here. So on this piece right here, this piece is very important. The entry price is what you're looking for and the stop price. So the difference between the entry price and the stop price tells you the pip difference. Now for most pairs, it's really difficult to calculate, and that is something I faced as well. For most pairs, you have this and you have this. You have your entry price and you have your stop price. Now you need to calculate this, so you have to look at this price right here, you need to look at the stop loss, and then you put on your calculator and you look for the pip and you look for the difference, and that's a pip difference. The same thing right here, you're looking at this entry and you're looking at this stop price. You need to go on your calculator, you calculate it, and it gives you the pip difference. Now this is a lengthy process for me, and as I showed you guys, when you start looking at things like NAS 100 and crypto pairs, it gets really confusing just calculating the lot size, the pip difference. So, and pairs like yen pairs is a little bit tricky as well. So here's a trick thing for me. So when you come on the website thing, I wanted something that's very easy and it's going to do it for me. So all I have to put here on this side is my stop loss. So if I put my stop loss, this already gives you, so this right here gives you the current price of the asset class you're looking at. So it tells you where, like, the current price. So if this is your entry price, so let's say you decide to go in at, let's say you decide to go in at this point of market execution, you've seen your entry and everything and you want to go in, all you have to do is calculate your lot size. So you go in your trading view thing and you look at the stop loss price and you put the stop loss price, and the website is going to get the difference for you. It's going to get the pip difference between the entry and the stop loss for you, so you don't have to calculate it. And this is the difference thing I was looking for, and it made everything easy for me. So look at this. So you have US Tech right now, so we did that already. So we have NAS 100, that's your open price, so that's where the entry is, like that's your entry price, and then you have the stop price. So let's go and take the stop price. So let's bring this. So if I come on here, so you just come here, stop loss, you get the price, copy, and then you head back to the website thing right here. You just click, copy, you paste, and that's it. So once you paste the stop loss, it's going to get the pip difference for you. You don't have to do any other thing. Now the risks, this is very important as well. What do you intend to risk on your account? Are you going for 5% risk? Are you going for 2% risk? And this is very important because some, like, prop firms is something that's very common now, but I'm going to use it as an example. Some prop firms tell you you cannot risk more than 2% per trade or 2% per day. And so let's say you decide to risk here, or let's say or you decide to go, let's say, for 2%. So that's it. You can just input 2%. That's what I'm willing to risk. And let's say the prop firm tells you you cannot go above 2% per trade. So you might decide to do 1.5. And so it's going to risk 1.5%. So I always go with like the generic one. I'm always risking like 1%. So I'm going to keep it at 1%. Now the next important thing is your account size. So what's your account balance? Sorry. So let's say you went in with $100,000 account, which most prop firms offer now, and most people are trading this. You put your account size here. If your account size is different, let's say it's a $200,000 account, just put $200,000 and you have it there. If your account size is just $100, same thing, you put $100 right there. So let's go with 100,000. Now on this website, there's something that's very important. So I'm going to show you. Before you click calculate, you need to look at this area right here. It says calculate the lot size. Calculate the lot size in MT4 and MT5. Now this is very important. If there's anything you can take from this piece, and if you decide to use something like this piece right here is very important. I had a friend I was working with in my community, and we had a trade we had to take on gold, and he put everything correct. So he had the correct instrument. This was fine. This was okay. He had the stop loss. Everything was perfect. The entry price, everything was perfect. The account balance was perfect. The risk was perfect. But he messed up when it came to this piece right here. So this piece right here, it's very important. It's very vital, and I'm going to show you. So let's clean this. So once you click here, it's going to tell you about the contract size. Now every pair, if you remember like the examples I showed you, GBP USD, the lot size for GBP USD, BTC, Euro USD, it's going to differ. And one important factor is the contract size. Now the broker tells you the contract size. So if you click here, you'll see it says show image, and it shows you how to get the contract size. So I'm going to show you guys this. So what you need to do, the contract size, for example, let's say the contract size for, if you have GBP USD, so GBP USD, the contract size for GU is going to be different from the contract size for Euro USD. It's going to be different for the contract size, let's say, for NAS 100. The contract size is also going to be different when you're looking at BTC USD. So every pair has a different contract size, and you need to know the contract size when you're working. So this is very important. So this image right here, it tells you how to get the contract size, and I'm just going to show you guys like a practical example right here. So let's see right here. So here's a terminal thing. So this is how your dashboard looks like on the MT5. So this is MT5. So if you click here, I have different asset class. I have different pairs right here. If you look at this, so I have different pairs right here. I have gold, US 30, NAS 100, S&P, GBP, Euro, BTC, CAD, and silver. So take, for example, if you click on gold, you don't have to put it on the chart thing, but just right click on it and come down to specifications. And this is the most important thing. You look right here, it tells you the contract size for gold. So the contract size for gold is 100. So if you use a wrong contract size, you're going to mess up the lot size calculation as well. And that's one very important thing. So you look at the contract size for gold, it's 100. If you do another one, so let's cancel this. Let's look at US 30. Same thing, look at the specifications. Now look at the contract size for US 30. The contract size for US 30 right here is 1. So if you go on the thing, the calculation thing, And let's do it for NAS 100, and I'll show you guys another thing. So let's do NAS 100 because that's a pair we have the position thing on right now. So the contract size for NAS 100, I think NAS 100, S&P and US 30, they're all using 1. So the contract size right there is 1. So the website normally gives you, so once you pick the asset class, or let's say you pick a pair, the website gives you directly, it's going to populate this for you, but you always need to check back because the contract size can mess up everything for you. And like I told you guys before, this is what my friend messed up with. So he was looking at, I think we were trading gold at the time, and if you look at the contract size for gold, the contract size for gold is right here, it's 100, but I think he had his on, was it 1 or 1,000 or 100,000. Now if you look at a currency pair, now this is higher. So GBP USD, you look at the contract size for GBP USD right here, it's 100,000. It's the same thing if you look at Euro USD, and I'll do BTC as well. You look at Euro USD, the contract size, it's 100,000. You can do the same thing with your mobile phone. Just open MT4, MT5. I use MT5. So you go on MT5 and you click on the pair you're looking at. Once you click on the pair you're looking at, then you have to hit on details or specifications. It's going to show you the same thing. It's very easy, straightforward. So you can do it really quick on the fly as well. So that's it. And let's do for BTC. So you look at the contract size for BTC. So for BTC, the contract size is 1 right there. So let's do a confirmation thing. So let's do NAS 100, and the contract size for NAS 100, you look at it, the contract size is 1. So you close this, and then let's go back to the website and I'll show you. So you come back to the website and you look at it. So we're dealing with NAS 100 right here, and you look at the contract size. So the contract size for NAS 100 is 1. So once you have everything, this always stays, for me, it always stays like 1%. So this is easy. My account balance, this is easy. Now as you're trading, you need to understand sometimes your account is going to go up, it's going to come down. As your account keeps fluctuating, the lot size is going to be different. So the lot size you use once your account was at 100,000, well, let's say your account was here at 100,000 and your account has gotten to this point, let's say 150,000, the lot size is going to be different. So even if you're taking the same trade, and I'll show you guys. So let's say the account size is at 100,000, risk is 1%, stop loss and everything. And now the contract size, you've calculated this already, and now you hit calculate. So you see, so in this case, for you to risk $1,000 on a $100,000 account, you need to use a lot size of 1.96. So depending on the broker and depending on the platform, the decimal places is going to be different. So I think most brokers will let you use, let's say, 1.96, and there's some brokers they're just going to limit you to 1.9, or they'll round this up to 1.8. So if you do something like this, you are very sure like you're risking 1,000. And now same trade, everything, same stop loss and everything. So let's do this. So you're looking at the same trade. So you're looking at this, we're still on the NAS position. You're looking at the same trade, everything remains the same, but now your account size is different. So let's say you have 150,000. So you have two accounts or two different accounts. So let's look at this. If your account size is 150,000, so just do 150,000 and you do the same calculation. So you look right here. So now you're risking 1,500, and then the lot size is 2.94. Now you on this website as well, guys, you can use the pips. So if you like using the pip difference, or if you know your pip difference and it's easy, all you have to do is come here where it says stop loss price. So if you hover your mouse over this area and you click here where it says switch to stop loss in pips, you can do this. So you can switch to your stop loss in pips, so the account size remains the same, but here you need to put now the stop loss in terms of pips. And this is where it gets really confusing for me. So now you need to get the pip size. So this is already written right here. So this is where it really gets confusing, because on this other side right here you have CAD JPY. Oh, sorry, on this other side you have the stop loss in terms of pips, you have the risk percentage and stuff like this. Now if you come here, you also have the stop loss in terms of pips. Now if you copy this on the website thing, so let's go to this piece right here. If you get the pip difference from here, so let's say you're doing 1009, so if you're doing something like this, so if you're doing 1494, if you get the pip difference thing and just put 1494 on the website, you see the value it's going to give you, it's going to be crazy, 1494, because that's what most people look at when they're doing the lot size calculation. So they're looking at that and saying, all right, that's a pip thing. So if you calculate that, so now you see the pip difference thing, it shows you you're doing 10.04. So that's crazy right there. This is not gonna cut it for you. So this now means you're risking like crazy. Whereas if you're doing, let's say you come back to this and let's put this, same thing, you calculate your lot size thing, you're supposed to risk 2.94. But if you just copy the lot size thing and put on the other side, so let's say in terms of the pips thing, and you do a 1494, it's not going to give it, so it's going to give you something else. So the lot size is going to be completely different. So let's say I'll do this right here, 149, so I can do 149 as well, and just to say, so 149, and you calculate as well. So you see at 149, the pip, like the lot size again is different. So even though it's showing you 1,500, but you're risking a lot on this account. So doing something like this, you're gonna blow your account. So the slightest drawdown is going to get you like completely mixed up. So the best way for you and the best way for me, I stick to like the price thing. So I keep it on this and I just use the price. So let's use the same price, which was the stop loss price, the entry price, and I let the website calculate everything for me. And I just need to pay attention to the contract size, making sure I'm using the right contract size, and I hit calculate. So at this, I know I'm using a lot size of 2.94 and I'm going to risk 1,500. If my account size is, let's say 100,000, same thing, it's going to give me 1.96. So you can do the same thing with, let's say, the S&P. You can do the same thing with let's say GBP USD. So let's use GBP USD for example. So let's go to GU. So this is GU right here. So same thing, I copy the stop loss. So that's it right there. Stop loss is copied, and stop loss is copied right here. And let's look at the entry price thing. So let's go on this side. So I'll change this to GU. So GBP USD. So let's see. Now you just have to come to Forex. So I'm using GBP USD. So let's see. All right, so that's GBP USD right there. So put the same thing, stop loss. You put your stop loss thing 100. So you're using 100,000. So you calculate the lot size and everything. So you see the contract size now is 100,000, and you hit calculate, and that's it right there. So guys, it's very easy. So if you want to risk 1,000 on that same trade, you use 0.2. Now let's look at this, guys. So I don't want to get you confused. So if this, so now the current price is at 1.29366. Let's go on the website thing. I need to be sure. 1.29363, which is just slightly different. So let's say you decide to get a pending order, for example, because I think the explanation I said is you're getting in here and your entry is right here, but on the website the current price is here. So logically this is what you're looking at. Logically this is what you're looking at, which is not very correct. So if I had to go in right here, so at the time, so my entry price, I'll just calculate this, copy, go on the website. So yeah, so I'll put this on the entry price right there, and I'll put this on the stop loss, and let's calculate this again. So you're using 1.68. So guys, that was some you need to pay attention to this, because I think I didn't explain this correctly. So the open price, so if you have this stop loss thing, look at this. If you have this right here, so if I just copy the stop loss and put on the side thing, it's going to give me the price, which is like the current price right here. But if I intended to go in here, and at the time, if the price was at this point at the time, then that's fine. But because price has moved, then that's different. So let's say you decide to go in on a pending order and you're waiting for prices to, let's say, move up and then drop down to an area like this so you can get your entries. Then you can do the same thing. You just need this price and you need this price. So the entry price and the stop price, that's all you need. So you can look at it either way, and it's not really like that confusing. Just remember, you have the entry price right here. So you have the entry price right here. You have your entry price and you have your stop price. That's it. And you can copy this from the risk reward tool thing on TradingView. So if you're looking for a pending order, then you need to switch this. So you need to change this. If you're going in with a pending order, you need to change this. But if you're going in at the current market price, this remains the same, because this is always going to give you the current market price, and it's very easy. So that's it. You can calculate you can do the same thing for BTC if you had to do BTC. So you can do BTC USD, and it's the same thing. So let's look at this. You have to go under where is it cryptocurrency. So we'll do the same thing. So BTC USD right there. So the contract size, let's look at this just to make sure. The contract size is on 1 and the contract size for BTC is 1. So the website populates everything for you. If you had to do the same thing on baby pips, you wouldn't get BTC USD. So the entry price, stop loss price, that's all you need to do. So let's look if I can pull up BTC USD. So let's do BTC USD because this is open currently. So let's do Binance thing. So you have BTC USD, for example. Now this market is currently open. So let's look at this right here. So if I decide to take a buy right here on BTC USD and I decide to put my stop loss here, so let's look at this, and I decide to take prices all the way to these highs right here. So let's look at this. So this is a trade of 1:9, so 9.3%. So I want my stop loss here, I want my entry there. So because this market is open and price is trading currently, if I click here, I have the entry price thing, I have the stop loss price, and that's all you need. You need the entry price, you need the stop loss price. So that's it. So all I have to do, so look at the entry price, 84456.31. So if you go back on the website thing, you should see something slightly similar. So you have 84429. So it's going to be slightly different because it depends on the broker you're using. So the broker on TradingView might be slightly different from your broker like IC Market. So sometimes you get the values like slightly different. But then, so I'll copy the stop loss thing. But the difference is not like crazy, so it's not something to really worry about. So you get this. I'll put this here. So copy the stop loss thing, and you come here. Same thing. You put this right here, and contract size you're risking is $100,000 account, and you hit calculate. So that's it right there. If you decide to risk $1,000 on that position currently, you have to use a lot size of 1.159. Let's say you have an account size of $100. So just do 100 and you calculate again, and you have to use 0.001 because most brokers will not let you go below this. So this is what you probably be using, 0.001. So depending on the broker and everything, that's how you can calculate it. Now let's say you decided to go in on a pending order thing. So let's say you're looking at this and you want to buy when price gets to an area like this. So you're waiting for prices to move to this area, then you buy, and you want your stop loss to be at an area like this. So the same thing as I explained earlier, you click here, you get the price. So you get the entry price, you do copy, or you just do copy. You come to the website thing, you put the price you want. That's it right there, and the stop loss remains the same. So I just want to make sure it's the same thing. And you get the stop loss thing, copy this, and you go on the website thing again, and you put the stop loss right here, just making sure it's the same. So if it's $100 account, you hit calculate, and it's going to give you. So now, depending on the broker thing, some might not even let you go in with a lot size thing like this. So let's do 100,000. Let's see, 100,000, and that's it. So on a $100,000 account, so the bigger the stop loss, the smaller the lot size you're using. So if you tighten, and this is it, if you tighten your stop loss, you're gonna have a bigger lot size, but you're risking the same thing. So if you look, the risk per trade remains the same in terms of the monetary value, but the lot size fluctuates every time. So let's use a tighter stop loss thing, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So let's come back here. So let's say you look at this distance, it's crazy. So let's say you decide to use a tighter stop loss. So let's say your entry, it's around here at this time, which is like the current price thing, and let's tighten this stop loss to an area like this. I'll just zoom in so you can see. So look at this. So this is how you can go like with those crazy flips on your account. You get really tight stop loss, so you get a very tight stop loss, and now your risk to reward is like 1:20. So if you're risking $100, you can easily make $2,000. You can easily make 2,000 on this trade. So your stop loss is very tight, like right here. Now if you do something like this and you calculate them, let's do this, copy, you calculate the lot size for this, it's going to be like crazy. It's not going to be like 1.6 again. So let's put this right here, paste it, and I need to make sure, I'm just going to refresh this. So let's see, BTC USD current price is at that point, stop loss is what we're changing right there, is 100,000. I just want to make sure the contract size is the same, and you hit calculate. So you look at this right now. So the lot size is 4.27, but you're risking the same thing. It's $1,000. So it's not changing. You're risking the same thing. You're still risking $1,000. So you need to pay attention to this, guys. The entry price, the stop loss, depending on if you're doing a market order, if you're doing a pending order, you just have to flip it. It's very easy. So spend time on this side, and you can do the same thing on these other sites as well. So if you're doing GBP USD, you come on a site like this. So let's see, you're looking for GBP USD, for example. So let's do this trade thing right here. So let's do the trade we had on GBP USD. So you're looking at this trade right here. So you need to get the stop loss thing. So that's about 56 pips. So you get your pip different thing. You come on the website. On this side, this is easy because this is what people use, and this is very easy. So you want to put your stop loss thing 56, and you're risking 1%, and your account balance is 100,000. That is it right there. So on GBP USD, you have it right there. So that's it. So the lot size you're going to use, you're using 1.78. So it's very easy. So you're risking the same thing, 1,000. Now there's some brokers like Interactive Broker. I think those guys, they use unit. So this is what most people tend to use on those brokers. But with things like IC Markets and Owanda and these other guys, you're using the lot. So you're using standard lot, mini lot, micro lot. But this is what you're looking for right here, 1.78. It's going to give you a risk of 1,000. So you look at it on this side, it's very easy because it's just like the currency. On the other hand, if you're doing something like this, GBP USD, so on this side it's Forex. So let's come here, GBP USD. On this side, it's quite different. So let's go, I'm gonna look for this entry price thing. So let's do the entry price, copy this, come back to the website, paste it, and take the stop loss as well. Get the stop loss, copy, come back to the website, and you put it real quick. So now this is really easy if you're working, let's say if you're working on a pair and it's like market execution because you don't have to copy the entry price. All you need to copy is just the stop loss, and the risk to reward, everything always stays the same for me, so it's really quick and easy. So if you hit this, so look at this comparison right here. On this side, 1.786. If I come to this on baby pips, it's the same thing, 1.785.7. so it's slightly different, but it's the same thing. So it's 1.78. It's the same thing you're looking at here, 1.786. So all I had to do on this side, if it was like market execution thing, as I told you guys before, all I'm looking for is the stop loss price. That's it. I just have to put the stop loss price. But with baby pips and stuff like this, you're not really using the stop loss price, you're using the pips. So it depends on you. If you find it easy to go with the pips, use the pip difference, that's still okay. But I like using just the price because I want the website thing to calculate everything for me. So this is an easy way for you to do it, and this site gives you more options. You have cryptos, you have indices, you have commodities. So let's see, you can do silver, euro, you can do all these things. Let's see, I think US oil, let's see, US oil. So that's it right there. So you can calculate for US oil as well. So it's very easy, and I think that's a hard thing for me. And this site, I just think it gives you better options and it makes it completely easy. Yeah, but guys, understand your account size, understand the currency pair, understand the percentage you're willing to risk, and then look for the lot size. If you get this correct, it's very difficult for you to blow any account. It's very difficult for you to over risk. It's very difficult for you to go crazy on your account. And if there's anything you can take away from this, stay patient, trade consistently, and I'll see you during the next one. Don't forget, watch the other videos so you can learn more and get more trading tips, and I'll see you during the next one. Bye for now.